So we've seen this Flog emulator and ROM that plays golf from the NES. We've seen this kind of making the rounds. It's been a developing story for a while. Well, we finally know essentially how to unlock it on the Nintendo Switch. And what's interesting here, after I read through all the steps and really thought about it, this entire thing, this whole Flog emulator and ROM, seems like it's an Easter egg that's left on the Switch really as a tribute to Mr. Iwata. And I'm going to go over everything with you, and then you can let me know at the end in the comments if you think it's a tribute as well, or if you think it's just something else that was left on there. So let's really go through what it takes to launch Flog or Golf on the Nintendo Switch. Now, this is all taken from data miners who, once they found out about this, have been non-stop trying to figure out how to launch this thing. And it gets started pretty easily. You go to the home screen, and it has to be a certain date. It has to be July 11th. And of course, July 11th is the day of Mr. Iwata's passing. But what's interesting here is you can't just set the clock on your Switch. It's pretty much set to cached time, which means it basically is time that it's pulled from the last time it was online. If it's never been online, then you can do that. So if you have a Switch that is on version 1.0, by the way, the original firmware, and it's never been connected to the Switch, which some people, well, it's never been connected to the internet, I'm sorry, but some people actually have these. And I thought about that, and I was like, that's weird. They have a version 1.0. Maybe there are scalpers out there who still have their original Switch they haven't been able to sell, so they pop it open and check it out. But yes, if you've never connected to the internet, it's on version 1.0. You can set the clock and the day to July 11th. And then when you do that, you go to the home screen, and you do a motion with both Joy-Cons. They have to be completely detached from the system, so no Joy-Cons are attached. And you hold them out in front of you, and you do the iconic directly to you motion that Mr. Iwata would do in different Nintendo Directs and stuff like that. And then, at that time, Flog or Golf will launch right on your Switch. People have already shown that it's possible, and they have shown it actually happening, like in real time on Twitter and on different forums. So it is a thing, and yes, that is sounds a lot like a possible tribute to the late, great Mr. Iwata. So I'm going to tell you now, mark July 11th on your calendars. Yeah, we're going to have to wait until July 11th, I guess, next year. It seems like something that may have been patched out originally for this July, and maybe it's going to be a celebration next July 11th or one after that, or even down the road. It's hard to say when, really which July 11th they would plan to do this. It does sound like something that would be an Easter egg or something they would add. Maybe on Twitter they're like, hey, you know, go check out Golf. You just do these steps and it'll launch on your Nintendo Switch. Maybe even they were working on maybe adding some functionality to it, because people are saying it's still kind of broken to exit out of it. People were having to turn their Switch off and stuff, like the home button wasn't working correctly. So maybe they were still going to do some more work to it, and it was going to be like an anniversary thing, a remembrance or something for him. And I really was trying to figure out why Golf. Now, back in the NES days, Mr. Iwata did work on a couple different games, including NES Open Golf, so NES Golf, essentially. I also worked on Kirby, Earthbound, games like that, but Golf was one that he worked on, and I have a feeling they wanted to use that just as like a kind of, maybe it's even an inside joke for all we know. Maybe something, you know, inside Nintendo that it means something to them, right? Golf does. Maybe there's something in development we don't know about. Maybe they're going to reveal that on the day of this happening. So it seems like possibly a tribute in the future has kind of been spoiled for us, but now we can look forward to maybe next July 11th, right? Next year when July 11th rolls around, we'll keep an eye on it to see if they announce anything ahead of time. But it looks like sometime in the future, on a July 11th out there somewhere, we will get to launch Flog ourselves with the iconic directly to you motion. And I think that's really cool. And you know what? I look forward to the day that we get to launch Golf or Flog in remembrance of Mr. Iwata on the Nintendo Switch. Thanks guys for watching. I'll see you next time.